There's no doubt that success leaves clues, and failure is exactly the same. There are some all too common traits with trading and contracting businesses that fail. Now tune into this episode where we dig into 7 things that you can do or not do that will guarantee that your business fails. Welcome to the Profitable Tradie Podcast. Tony Fraser-Jones here with my good mate Phil Smith.
G'day, g'day.
G'day, you well?
Always well, mate. Always well.
I'm looking forward to today's episode. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's actually flipping important.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are we getting into?
Well, I think the thing is currently we're coaching about 600 businesses in our main program. Yep. So, fair few of them. Yep. And honestly, we've lost count of how many we've coached over the years. We've been doing this 14 years or so, and, there's at least 4,000 businesses that we've worked with in an active way. Let alone, we've got at least 150 businesses we're talking to per week, and actually analysing problems with them and giving them advice. Plus, the thousands, it's tens of thousands of people that we're helping through, resources and actually, speaking to them on a regular basis. So the thing is I think it's pretty fair to say we have some experience with what makes a business work and also what doesn't. And that's what we're really going to dig into today.
Yeah, look, like I said, success leaves clues and so does failure. And we can see patterns. There is just some undeniable patterns around stuff that businesses get wrong or don't do or mess up that actually causes them to fail. I think sometimes it's good to look at that stuff so you can actually stop doing it or avoid it. So that's what today's about. We'll have a bit of fun with it, but there's a really serious message here. So we're going to tell you the things you can do to make sure your business fails.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously at the end, maybe just don't do those things. But
that's right.
But if you want to do them, if you want to ruin your business in your life,
you can
then
crack on.
Go for gold. Have a good time.
But, don't say you weren't warned.
Out.
And I think the good thing here is that those that cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. So there is, we know what the past is here. We know what the patterns are. And so buckle up, take notice, because I think this would be flipping helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe to start with, let's talk about what is business failure.
I think this is important. There's the obvious business failure, which is, okay, you run out of money, you're broke, you can't pay your bills, you get shut down, the businesses get put into receivership or liquidation, and you've lost everything and you're broke. Yeah. So that's definite failure. Yeah. Not good, best to be avoided.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you'd hope so. Unless, of course, that's what you want, in which case, chase your dreams, mate.
Yeah, crack on.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. But the one that people don't understand, and this is not so obvious, and it's often worse, because it's a long, painful death. I'd prefer a quick one than a long, painful one. You don't go broke, but you're making no money. You're not broke, but you have zero time. You're burnt out. You're stressed out. You never grow. You just do enough to live, just do enough to get by, but it doesn't really get you any closer to your goals. And the trick is you're kind of stuck in this really difficult place where it sucks. And you've got this idea, you think it's going to get better. If you stick at it, I'll just work a bit harder, I'll try a bit harder. But actually, if you really look back over the last several months and several years, if you're really honest with yourself, it's been the exact same shitstorm the whole time. You really haven't progressed any farther. You've just got older, balder, tireder. Your wife doesn't like you as much as she did, and you don't really know your kids as much. That, to me, is business failure, because business is, that's about giving you a great life with good money, freedom to do the things you want with the people you want to when you want to do them. Yeah. And if your business is not giving you any of that,
well, then it is a failure.
It's a failure. Why would you do it? You're better to go and work with someone else where you get some vacation or holiday time.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's kind of like the old Russian anecdote about the the guy who he loves his dog, finds out he needs to amputate his dog's tail. He feels gutted about it. And he feels so bad about it that he just cuts an inch off every couple of weeks, just to spare the dog the pain. It's kind of the same with your business, right? Like there's the full failure of, the whole tail gets amputated, you got no tail, but actually it's just as bad, if not worse, to just cut an inch off every now and then. I mean, you got to go through it every time again. Well, hey, look, I mean, it is the same thing though, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if you did it all in one fell swoop and everything goes tits up, or whether or not this took, months or years. It's the same result in the end. And if you're not getting what you want out of your business, then it's not working. It's just that simple.
And the thing about the long, painful death is, at least with the quick one, you can start again and try something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know it's over.
Yeah.
You know you've got to try something different. Yeah. But with this long, painful one, I mean, a lot of people are locked into this cycle of just desperation. And, honestly, their business is a failure.
Yeah, honestly. So let's start at number one. How can we ruin our businesses?
Number one on the list of ways to ruin your business is to completely ignore your financial numbers. pay no attention to the finances in your business. And in particular, never do a profit and loss statement.
Oh, no.
Ever.
No, never.
Never do a balance sheet.
Mm.
Never look at your cash flow statement, and never check your accounts receivable or your accounts payable.
Absolutely. And while you're at it, when you have that pain in your chest, don't go to the doctor. And when your teeth are falling out, dentist is out of the question, all right? Just ignore everything.
Yeah, just ignore your financials and just crack on and get some more work done and look at your bank account once a week to see what's
don't even
there.
look at that.
I
What
don't
you
even
should
do
do is
that.
just when you go to buy something, if your card declines, well, you need to get more jobs. That's really all it is.
Yeah, so this is tongue in cheek, but there's people out there doing this,
Oh, absolutely.
just not paying any attention to their numbers and not taking any responsibility for figuring out what they are. And why is this important? Well, if you don't know what the score is, how do you know if you're winning? So this is really important. So don't keep the score. You won't know whether you're winning, and if you don't know whether you're winning, you're bound to be losing.
Yeah,
pretty much. So the thing with this is if you don't do any of this stuff, then you can't fix the problem you don't understand. So you won't have any idea of what's actually wrong with your business, and therefore you can't fix it. It's just like a hit and hope strategy. It's blind kind of shotgun approach. You have no idea, and that's a huge problem. That's going to cause your business to fail. And the reason why is you can manage what you can measure, and what gets measured improves, or what gets measured gets done. So as soon as you start measuring stuff and looking at it, you'll start to figure out what's going on, and it starts to improve. It's a fundamental sort of principle in business. So the first thing is ignore your numbers completely, and you're well on the way to making a mess of your business.
Yay, good stuff. All right, well, that brings us to number 2.
Number 2.
So for me, number 2 is, you should definitely, if you want to ruin your business, you should definitely just price to win the work and not make profit, because after all, you need to be busy, right? So, if you really want to wreck your business, just be really desperate. Run out and just take any job. And in fact, when you see an opportunity, just price through the floor, because that'll definitely win the job for you. Obviously, you need jobs, and so just pick a price that'll work for the client. Don't worry about your profit. That's not relevant, right? And I think the big thing with this is this will ruin your business. I mean, we've talked about it in many episodes before. It's obviously a big part of what we coach our clients on, but pricing to win work really is an insidious problem. Obviously, if you're not pricing for profit, you're going to be stuck, because you end up A, not making any profit on that job. B, you set a precedent with your client about, this is the way that I'm going to be all the time, and I'm not worth anything. You actually devalue your own worth to yourself as well. You devalue what you do to your staff as well, your team. They start thinking, oh, well, we're just, that bargain basement sort of thing. And obviously as well from there, you've just filled your calendar with work that's not profitable, and now you also can't go and win any work that is profitable, because you're full up with stuff that's not going to make you any money. So, again, if you want to ruin your business, just price to win the work. Don't set pricing targets, and don't strive to achieve them or look at making anything better in the profitability of your jobs, because, that'll ruin your business real quick.
If you're making this mistake, if you've cracked this one, is when you put some pricing together and you look at it and you think in your mind, oh, there's no way I'll get the job for that price, or oh, there's no way the client can pay that, or oh, that just feels like too much to charge for the job. You're a winner in this area if you do that, and then you reduce the price to a level, oh, I feel a bit more comfortable with that emotionally, that price. That's a great way to screw up your business.
Yeah, totally, yeah. See you at the bottom.
Yeah, race to the bottom.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Sharpest pencil loses.
Yeah, but obviously, look, what we're saying here is, often it's better not to, well, in fact, all the time, it's better not to win those jobs, because if you're not pricing to win work and you're pricing instead for a margin, then the ones that you win are actually going to be profitable, which helps you accumulate cash flow and actually makes up for any of the potential down spots that you might have by not winning other jobs. So, you got to be filling that calendar with profitable work. As we've said before, often you improve your margin by 10-odd%, you can probably lose 25% of your work before you actually lose any money. I mean, so at that point you lose 20% of the jobs that are coming through. So you're still making more money. You just got 20% of your time back, which is fantastic. You can fill that with other profitable work, or, take a holiday. Magic.
Yeah, and I think the flip side you mentioned there, to get on top of this, is you have to have targets for pricing work, and you have to have targets for different type of work. So you might have 4 or 5 different types of work, and you have a benchmark that you use to price that work. And that's what you send the bid or the quote, the estimate out at, and you know that at that level you're making money. And if you don't win it at that level, too bad. Well, that's actually good, because you've stopped yourself getting screwed over.
Yeah, totally. Well, that brings us to number 3.
Number 3 on the list of ways to wreck your business and guarantee failure. work with anybody who has a pulse.
Oh, yeah.
The previous one is be desperate with the price. This is just be desperate to say yes to anyone who will give you a job. So, some jobs you want your competitors to win because they'll go broke and crazy rather than you.
Yeah, magic.
Some clients are just not good people to work with because they are low margin, or they don't pay, or they string you out, or they promise to pay when they get paid from their next job, or they're poorly organised, which damages your margin. We all know those people, say the building contractor who wants you to be there to fit off the electrical work, but when you arrive, it's not ready, or that you come to fit the bathroom off and it's not ready, or the painter's in the way when you're supposed to be there, or whatever it is, and it costs you more work, more rework, more trips, all that sort of stuff. And people who are stressful and demanding, who just aren't fun to be around, who when you think about having to call them, you feel that kind of sinking feeling in your gut. We've all had that. There's people who this is just going to be difficult. They're demanding, or they're just rude, whatever it is. So work with anyone. And sort of the flip side to this is if you think about the 80-20 rule, there'll be 20% of your client base right now who give you 80% of the problems. You know who they are. If you've got your 10 top clients or whatever, or even think of 10 clients, there'll be a couple that are really difficult. Yeah. And life would be better without them. Well, let me tell you, it would be better without them.
Totally.
Cut them off and get some better ones. So you just cannot be desperate and work with everyone because it will screw your business up. It will lead to you going absolutely crazy and your business will tank.
Well, the funny thing is it's almost always your lowest margin clients that give you the most headaches. They're always the neediest. They always want to get you to revise your invoice and call out every single line and itemize it. They're stingiest. They're the ones that want to change everything. They want you to do stuff for free. Oh, while you're here, can you just those people. They're always your low margin people. Are also the people that are just actually not fun to work with and make it a pain. So if you want to ruin your business, you should prioritize those people.
Keep work with them anyway. Be desperate.
Yeah, sounds great. Which leads us to number four, which is if you really want to ruin your business, never do proactive marketing. I mean, after all, word of mouth is super reliable and it's all you need to do. And by the way, you can just take what you get, right? I mean, going out and seeking new work, that's crazy. Why would you do that if you want to ruin your business? And so in this case, a lot of people out there are thinking, I can't control my growth. That's not something that's doable. But what they don't realize is that you can control your growth. Proactive marketing is a thing. It does work, and you do actually need to do it if you want to have a reliable pipeline, not just for now and keeping your current team busy and thriving, but also, if you want to be getting any growth. I mean, there's only so much word of mouth that can happen, and it's not a button you can push or a lever you can pull when you need jobs. So you need to be doing proactive marketing if you want to, actually have any choice. Obviously, we're talking about earlier, if you want to ruin your business, just work for any old margin price to win the job. When you're doing proactive marketing, you have a lot more leads. When you have a lot more leads, you have a lot more choice. You don't then have to just work for any margin, and you don't just have to work with anyone, which again stops you from having to take on the dickhead clients. But the fact is that if you want to keep your guys busy with good work and good clients and you want that to continue to grow, you need to do proactive marketing. It's just that simple. And no one's immune to this. Everyone has to do proactive marketing. But if you want to ruin your business, then don't do it.
Yeah, and I know it's tricky, when you're trade qualified, you haven't got a marketing degree or anything. I get that it's awkward. But hey, you're in business. And this is part of the deal. So you have to get your head around this or get the help to get it right. And if you don't, your business is going to fail.
Yeah, well, look, you don't need to learn marketing to be a tradesperson, of course. When you're a tradesperson.
That's right.
Yeah, when you're a technician.
You're a business owner.
But you're actually a business owner now. So, you do need to know about marketing and you do need to do it. That's actually a non-negotiable. It's a core function of a business. So this has to happen. And if you don't know how to do it, that's fine. You need to learn. It's really that simple. But hey, look, see you at the bottom. If you don't want to do it, we can meet you at the finish line of failure. So
that's nice. The finish line of failure.
Well, yeah,
bro, you're on fire.
Well, look, I mean, honestly though, the big thing with this is that business actually has no finish line. Business success has no finish line. It's an infinite game. So the only real finish line is when you failed. Honestly. So I really do think that you need to be doing this proactive marketing, or you're not going to be able to stay in the game, which is actually the point of the game. So that leaves us to number 5.
Number 5 on the list of things to do to make sure your business fails is refuse to delegate.
Oh, yeah, nice.
This is massive.
Yeah, take everything on yourself.
Yeah, you've got big shoulders, so load yourself up with everything. Try and be across everything yourself. Have the attitude that you're the best person for the job, you're the only person who can do this job properly, and never trust other people to do the job.
Well, after all, you were born with a God-given set of business skills that nobody else in the whole world has.
That's right.
You didn't learn it.
That's right.
No way.
You are just like Superman wearing your undies on the outside.
You were actually born with a screwdriver in your hand and a hard hat on. Yeah. It was a painful birth for your mother.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't much fun for Mum, was it? But anyway.
We digress.
Yeah. So, refusing to delegate is a sure way to guarantee failure, is to guarantee that you're going to be exhausted and your business can't grow. And there's a very simple reason for this, is you are only one person, one man or one woman. You've only got 24 hours a day. There is only so much you can do, and you cannot rewrite the laws of physics or nature. It's actually impossible. Trust me, I've tried. And failed.
Yeah.
And so what happens is you cannot be across everything, and things start to fall over. Things start to get out of control. And if you do try and grow, your service delivery will suffer because you're not able to check all the jobs. You're not able to train your team properly as you grow a team. You just can't be across everything. Your good teammates will probably... the good team people you have will leave because they get frustrated with the way that it's disorganized and things aren't happening. Your margins will suffer because you'll be more issues. There'll be more disorganization. There'll be more, mistakes with the logistics, and the whole thing is just way more difficult. And if you try and be across everything, you create this culture of micromanagement where you've got to be across everything, and you basically castrate all your team members. You take their power away from them, and they're going to feel like they need you to do everything. They're going to need you to make all the decisions, and they just internalize that domination.
Learned helplessness.
That's a good word. Learned helplessness. That's
always
exactly
a
what it is.
great thing to instill into your team.
Yeah, they love that.
If you want to fail.
Yeah, so you'll teach them to be helpless and basically not able to make any decisions.
While you're at it, you should definitely also stand outside the toilet cubicles or the portaloo, and just when they call out to you like, Daddy, just go on and wipe their butt for them too. Because honestly, you don't want any initiative here. None.
And not only with toilet paper, you should take some of those wet wipes as well, just to make sure that they feel pampered.
Oh, that's right. They need to be pampered. Maybe some powder afterwards. It'd be great. Yeah, leave them feeling great about themselves, and also useless at the same time. That's what you really need if you want a winning team.
It's 100% guarantee.
60% of the time it works every time.
That's right.
Which,
so that's number 5.
Yeah.
Refuse to delegate. Try to do everything yourself. See you on the far side of failure.
Which brings us to number 6, which is, hey, hire anyone with a pulse. Like, honestly, anyone. Because, after all, you do need hands, right? And there's nothing wrong with a bit of desperation if you want failure. I mean, it's been a theme of the whole episode so far. So, I think with this, definitely don't practice hiring. Like, I mean, this is, again, something that it's a God-given talent. You know everything, right? So don't practice it. Yeah, don't have a process. I mean, just honestly take guys down to the pub, have a couple beers, and if they're still there at the end and they're breathing and they happen to be able to get to work on Monday, well, then you've got a job. So, that's a great way to go. Or you know what? Don't even bring someone down to the pub. Just go to the pub, stick your hand up and be like, anyone want a job? And just hire whoever puts their hand up back.
Oh, now you're being silly.
Definitely don't market for team members because you might actually get good ones. And that would be, a completely terrible thing if you're trying to ruin your business. And then when you finally get those employees and they come on and you have these, just anyone with a pulse type people, you should definitely take the attitude that they should just be grateful that they have a job because that'll really engage them and have them working to a high standard. So I really think with this, obviously the flip side is bad employees are going to destroy a business like nothing else. They really become a cancer in your business. Firstly, they do bad work. Secondly, they have a bad attitude. And thirdly, they ruin every other good team member you had. So anyone that had any shred of capability or good attitude is going to get dragged down because the bad apple ruins the bunch. So if you want to ruin your business, just hire anyone. After all, you do need the help. But in this case, if you want to have a good business, then it's really the opposite of all of that. Don't be desperate. Be patient. Have a process. Practice your hiring process so that you can actually get the right people. Market for talent actively with good ads so that then you can actually attract players and have the right attitude when you're actually managing these people. They shouldn't be grateful they just have a job. It's your job to make this a great experience for them and to train them and get them up to speed and make them a great team. So I mean, if you want to have a good business, you know what to do. If you don't want to have a good business, you want to fail, then take anyone on, treat them like crap, and never market for good people either.
So the last of the 7 reasons, number 7 of the guaranteed ways to make sure your business fails is to never invest in your own learning or any professional development.
No, that'd be silly.
That's a dumb idea. So don't do that.
You know everything.
That's right. And this is the thing. If the only tool you have is a hammer, then every problem will look like a nail. So, you just use what you know and you'll solve every problem. You'll be fine.
Oh, totally.
Easy. No problem.
No problems.
So the attitudes here that we see are, think that you know better. Think that you've got it covered, that how could anyone else know about your business? Or how could anyone else who hasn't been in your situation know anything about what you're going through?
If I can't fix it, it means it can't be fixed.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
this
impossible.
is actually an impossibility. Because the government's out to get me.
That's right. There's a conspiracy designed just to ruin my life.
Every other tradesperson and trades business in the world has conspired to actually shut me out of the market.
Yes. Yeah. No, there's a kind of a big gang of contracting businesses out there to devour me.
There is no such thing as good employees. Every other company that's actually successful is doing that out of sheer luck.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
And you'll think that your business or your situation is just different, and that people can possibly understand.
Oh, my town is different, Tony.
That's right.
You don't know what it's like where I live.
It's hard, bro. It's hard.
It's really, really different there. It's completely different to every other place in the whole world. There is no town like mine.
Yes, or the economy, or the government, or the industry, or the clients that are the problem. And you ignore that you aren't good enough to actually crack it. That's actually the problem. So you're like, well, you think you are, but you've forgotten the fact that you aren't. And so that's a massive problem. So to really get on top of this, it's about being open to learning, because learning is earning with L plates.
Yeah, well, don't wish it was easier. Just wish you were better.
Yeah, you've got to be better. And so you've got to invest in your own learning to skill yourself up, because unsolved issues or problems, they actually just lead new learning and new approaches. Just trust me, we have seen so many businesses, thousands of businesses, and we've seen people grow all the time. People making 7-figure profits, high 6-figure profits. There are ways to do this that are repeatable and learnable by everyone. So the people who are going to fail, they never get any coaching. They never put their hand up for help. You think about a high-level athlete. Exceptional athletes, they all have coaches.
They have multiple coaches.
Multiple coaches who actually speak into their game and into their life to help them improve. Never read a book.
Oh, no.
Never get an audio book.
Nah.
Too busy, can't be bothered.
Don't jump on YouTube.
That's right.
Yep.
Never go to any workshops.
Nope.
Never be part of any professional organisation. Never go
silly.
master plumbers or master electricians or the Landscapers Association or Painters Association, master painters. Never go to that, because it's all bollocks.
That's
Not going to work.
It's actually bollocks and politics.
That's right. Just some stupid association that's going to take a few $100s of fees.
It's controlled by the government and Elon Musk, who's actually an alien.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
But the point is, guys, is that if you're not actually trying to improve yourself, I think the very first step is, there's a saying by Blaise Pascal I really like, where he said, if you think you know anything about astrophysics, you know nothing about astrophysics. So, look, in this case, it's kind of the same, right? It's like you're always going to get to a point where you have to realize that there is stuff that you don't know, and that the results that you're getting are because there's things you don't know how to do to not actually improve those results. So you really have to be open-minded to that at all times if you want to be able to improve. And it's honestly, I know we've put this at number 7, but I really do think that this is probably actually number 1, right? It's the core. You need to have that mindset constantly that it's like, there's stuff I don't know, and that there's problems I'm having right now that I'm experiencing just because I don't know how to not have those problems. And so the minute you change that mindset, the minute you become so much more open to actually, learning new things, and then you actually learn them, and then you actually change, and then you actually change your results. And that's really the key to a lot of success in life.
The success in your business, to make it succeed and not fail, or any area of life, relationships, health, finance, wealth creation, is about being a committed, ongoing learner. Because you might learn something that doesn't quite work the first time. That doesn't mean learning's a problem. It just means you haven't learned everything you need to yet. You need to try some more stuff out. So you've got to have a real attitude of curiosity, of openness, and a willingness to want to learn and get better. And that's going to absolutely transform your business. And it'll transform your life as well. You can't grow a better business without becoming a better business owner and by default, a better person.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the cool part about it. So definitely number 7, never invest anything in your own learning. That's going to help you fail, for sure.
Totally. And again, we'll see you at the bottom. So let's land this plane.
Alrighty. So there's a hard way and an easy way to grow a successful business. Now, the hard way is to put yourself in a box and try and figure it out all on your own and make all the mistakes yourself. Now, the easy way is to actually learn from the mistakes of others so you don't have to go through the pain and the struggle that they did. So which of these 7 mistakes are you making in your business, and how much better would your business be when you stop making them? Thanks heaps for listening. We'll catch you all again next time.
See you later.
Congratulations on being part of a select group of savvy business owners who are taking their businesses to the next level. And to help you on your journey, don't forget to check out our show notes for a copy of our free book, The Profitable Tradie, and other valuable resources. Thanks for being a part of this special group, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Profitable Tradie podcast.